And it's Bayern Munich 2, Mainz 0. Harry Kane and Leon Goretzka with the goals. Goretzka now on the ball again. Out wide to Rafael Guerreiro. He's got Widmer for company. Turns back to Leon Goretzka. He's got plenty of blue shirts ahead of him. Square he goes to Laimer. Kimmich. Kimmich just traps the ball under his foot. Can't find a man through the forest of dark blue kits. And via Konrad Laimer, they go back into their own half. De Ligt barely had a touch, Matthias De Ligt. Not that he's needed to, as it's been mostly Bayern on the attack in this game thus far. Kimmich. Once again to Laimer, one of the former RB Leipzig men. Guerreiro into Goretzka, finds Musiala in a pocket of space, then Sané lets it run. Kimmich into the area, ball across, and once again, so close to adding another one. Bayern flashes right across the 6-yard box. Out of play it goes. Really nicely left there by Leroy Sané. Kimmich was in space. It was a, not sure if it was a cross-come shot or a shot-come cross by Joshua Kimmich. But in the end it flashed wide of the post, and it remains 2-0 to Bayern. Bo Henriksen, the Mainz manager, not very happy with what he's been seeing. He's a bit animated on the sideline. 49-year-old Danish manager. He only took over in February. And his first game in charge was that 1-0 win over Augsburg. So they have been looking brighter, Mainz, since he took over. His only defeat was against Leverkusen away, and that only ended 2-1. So I think a decent start, you have to say. It's the games against the likes of Augsburg and Mönchengladbach that will keep them up. Not so much this one, where Sané is coming forward again. Kane, and Kane's shot. Did that come off a hand? Kane certainly thinks so. And I think the referee is pointing to the spot. Handball awarded. It's going to be a penalty to Bayern Munich. We're in the 28th minute of the game. Now they have a chance now to virtually put this one to bed. It was Sepp Vandenberg whose arm was outstretched as he tried to block the first time shot of Kane. But did it strike his arm? Or did it strike him on the back? Oh, the replays seem to suggest that it was off his back. And I'm not sure this is going to be awarded ultimately. Harry Kane is preparing to take the penalty, but referee Patrick Erik may be called over to the monitor. Robin Zentner has the ball in his hands for now, the goalkeeper, and he's just given the signal. Referee Erik is going over to the monitor to have a look at this, and I believe it's going to be disallowed. The penalty being awarded disallowed, that is, because it looks as if it came off the back of Sepp Vandenberg as he turned to try and block the effort from Kane, and the referee has signalled that it came off the body of Vandenberg. No penalty, no handball, and 29 minutes of the game have elapsed. It's still Bayern Munich 2, Mainz 0. A little bit of a let-off there for Mainz, but the way Bayern are attacking at the moment, I don't want to put the commentator's curse on it for Bayern fans, but the way things are going, it's just going to be a case of how many. But perhaps Mainz can regather themselves now and get forward as they are trying to now. Tom Kraus wide to the right hand side with Brian Gruder. He puts a cross in with his left foot. It's headed away well. Eric Dyer was there. Square now from Kraus to Amiri. He goes wide where Philippe Mwene is over on the left wing for Mainz. He plays it infield to Amiri again. Picking it up in the middle is Kraus. A difficult one for him to control, and it looked like he lost out there to Jamal Musiala, but the referee blows for a foul by Jamal Musiala. So an opportunity for a strike at goal perhaps for Mainz. It is a decent way out, but in a central area, this free kick. Perhaps 30 yards, maybe a little bit closer. Or at least 30, in fact. This will take a good strike to beat Manuel Neuer from this distance. They've got a 3-man wall, Bayern Munich. It's Amiri who's over this one. Gruder also looking interested. Looks like Gruder's going to be the man just to lay it off. The Amiri strike. He does lay it off. Here's the strike. It's a great strike. What a goal! I said it needs to be some strike to beat Manuel Neuer from that distance. And that is exactly what Nadiem Amiri has produced. And once again, Mainz have scored. That's 6 games in a row now where they found the back of the net, the struggling side. And they've given themselves a little bit of hope. He found the gap in the wall there. I'm not sure what Thomas Müller was doing. He just stepped away out of the wall. And Amiri's strike went straight through. Perfectly executed. Didn't need to get too much height on it in the end, Amiri. And Manuel Neuer patting himself on the head to tell his wall, where on earth was the header? Where on earth was the block? The wall fell apart there from Bayern Munich, and as a result, Mainz are back in the game. It's Bayern Munich 2, Mainz 1. What will the Bayern response be? They're up to the halfway line now, but there's 2 Mainz men who have gone down. Thomas Müller looking incredibly frustrated because, there's a real problem here, I think. Guilavoghi's gone down and he looks almost motionless there on the touchline. The referee goes over to him quickly. There's a second Mainz player that's gone down, but this cause for some concern here for Mainz and everyone in the ground. I think realizing what has happened here. I think it's an impact injury there. Thomas Müller and Guilavoghi collided, and as Guilavoghi fell, he caught one of his teammates. His head connected with one of his teammates on the knee. That same teammate, I'm not too sure who it was actually, has stayed down. And Guilavoghi, I think, should hopefully be okay. Maybe not okay to continue this game. I have to go through concussion protocols. He looks out for the count there for a moment or two. And it's great to see he is up on his feet and he is being helped off the field. He is walking, but just being supported by the medical team. But it does seem like his afternoon is over. Mainz are already preparing a change. He's just stopped there as he walks around the pitch, Guilavoghi. I think he's a little bit dazed. But really good to see that he is walking, and he's talking as well to the medical staff. And I think he might want to come back on, but they are preparing a change. It's going to be We'll just try and confirm the substitution for you ASAP. It's going to be Fernandes coming on for Mainz. The number 20 wasn't involved last time against Borussia Mönchengladbach, so good few minutes for him this afternoon. Does look as if the other Mainz player who went down was able to continue. Just the one change for them at this juncture in the 35th minute. It's still Bayern Munich 2, Mainz 1. Mainz just getting themselves back into the game. Got their tails up at the moment. Erik Dyer at the back there beating Jonathan Burkhardt to the ball. Eddie Milson Fernandez on to replace Joshua Gilavogi. So change for either side out of the back. Throw in then for Mainz. We're inside the last 10 minutes of the first half. Midway inside their own territory. Sylvain Widmer getting ready for this throw-in. Throws it down the line. It's knocked on by Tom Kraus. And into the middle with Burkhardt. This is great attacking play by Mainz. They've played it forward to Philippe Mwene out wide on the left-hand side. Trying to get into a crossing position. He puts the crossover. It's not the best one, though. And in fact, it deflected off Joshua Kimmich. Or did it? It did. That's the final decision by the referee. It will be a corner for Mainz. And finally, Joshua Gilavogi has walked down the tunnel and will be able to get some proper medical treatment. And it's going to be a corner for his side now. And Nadiem Amiri, the goal scorer, to take it towards the near post, headed away quite comfortably in the end by Thomas Müller. Throw in for Mwene to take. Into Amiri. Back to Mwene. He tries his luck down the line. Needs support from Lee. Now back to Cassie, but a loose pass cut out by Harry Kane, and he finds Jamal Musiala. Musiala bursting forward well into Mainz territory now, trying to cut inside. 25 yards out, does well. Finds Goretzka, back to Musiala. Now Thomas Müller. Infield to Zane. Zane just rolls it back to Lima. Plenty of bodies forward now for Bayern after Mainz managed to slow down the counter-attack. Now Guerrero. Back to Erik Dyer. Dyer, 35, 40 yards from goal. Squared to Lima. Goretzka now. Bayern just waiting for that moment to try and unlock this Mainz defence again after they got all their bodies back behind the ball once again. Joshua Kimmich. Again to Lima. Goretzka in combination again. Guerrero, but just going from side to side at the moment, Bayern, and then a poor pass from Guerrero has given the ball back to Mainz. Burkhardt. Lee springing forward quickly, as is Mwene on the left wing. Mwene trying to take on Joshua Kimmich. Now he waits for some support as he just wanders in field. Finds it in Lee. Lee, he tries to go quickly out to Burkhardt, and the ball just too far beyond the big centre forward, who found himself out wide. And it's gone out of play. Bayern survived that one, and Bayern, who thought they were going to have the opportunity to go 3-0 up with a penalty, saw that ruled out quite rightly. And then just a couple of minutes later, saw the lead which they hoped they would extend to 3, cut down to 1. And that brilliant free kick from Nadiem Amiri, his first goal of the season. And he was let go by who else but Bayer Leverkusen at the end of January. His first goal for his new club. Cutting infield now is Gruder trying to get into the area. It's turned away out to Widmer. Amiri involved again, and now Gruder's gone down, but the referee says no foul. But really lackadaisical there from Bayern. They almost play it straight back to Burkhardt inside their own area. But they clear it away to Bayern. They found Harry Kane on the halfway line. Kane wide to Thomas Müller, who's bursting down the right-hand side. He needs some support though, Müller. No one really in the box. Clips it back to Jamal Musiala, 25 yards from goal. Musiala, is he going to try and find the shooting opportunity? No, he's not. He tries to play it out to Müller, but his pass was under hit, and it was headed away by Philippe Mwene, and Mainz coming away with the ball now. Up to the halfway line now, wide on the right-hand side. Gruder. Quick 1-2 between him and Amiri. Gruder back into his own half. He plays it to Sylvain Widmer. Edimilson Fernandez. Square to Anthony Cassie. Cassie again over the halfway line. Lee Jae-sung. Mwene. Cassie goes long, looking for a man bursting forward. Widmer's trying to take on half the Bayern defence, but he runs out of gas. Bayern with Guerrero can just chip it away. Goretzka turns away from markers and then sweeps the ball out wide to Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich getting forward. He's midway inside Mainz territory now. Ahead of him he finds Leroy Sané. Sané trying to take on Mwene. Chips it into the path of Kimmich, who continued his run. Kimmich over to Musiala. Will he shoot this time? He does, but it's well blocked. It's up into the air on the edge of the area. Who's it going to fall to? And it was Fernandez who did just enough there. And they've cleared it away up to Gruder, who's trying another run through the middle. He's really dangerous when he gets up ahead of steam, but this time Matthias de Ligt did just enough to stop him in his tracks, win the ball back for Bayern. We are 3.5 minutes plus added time from the end of the first half. There should be a fair chunk of added time. Ball over the top now for Kane to try and run onto, and it was Sané in the end putting pressure on Zentner, who just got to the ball first. He was right on the edge of the area, knocked out for a throw-in, but was he still inside his area there when he made contact? Looks like he was. We are having a brief stoppage in play before Bayern can take this throw. And whatever we were waiting for, it's been checked, and we are back underway. Bayern throw it back to De Ligt, square to Dyer, 10 yards inside the Mainz half. Konrad Laimer now takes over, wide to Kimmich. Kimmich chips one down the right-hand side, but it's cut out well. Cassie is there. He's linking up with Mwene. Back to Cassie, who's in a bit of a tight spot, but does enough to clear the ball away. Who can bring it down for Mainz? Lee Jae-sung does exactly that. Cassie then back to his goalkeeper, who clears it first time, not the best clearance. Goretzka and Sané were briefly in possession for Bayern, but they couldn't do anything with it. And now Mainz can finally come away with it properly up to the halfway line. Amiri back to Vandenberg. Nice ball through the lines to Lee Jae-sung. Wide now to Mwene. Mwene trying to take on Kimmich again. Puts the crossover. It's blocked well by Kimmich, and he stops the ball going out for a corner. Kimmich. Clearance just about does enough, and then Laimer tries to bring the ball forward. Edimilson Fernandez has gone down as he tried to challenge Laimer. And then the ball finally deflects into the path of Harry Kane. Kane sees the run of Guerrero over the halfway line. Rafael Guerrero down the line and into the area. Jamal Musiala on the left-hand side of the penalty area, up against Sepp Vandenberg. Vandenberg forces him out for now. Musiala into Guerrero. Guerrero skips away from the challenge and plays it back to Goretzka. Goretzka puts the cross in, and it's well read by Zentner, who punches it away, but only as far as Kimmich. Kimmich, over it goes. Oh, it deflected, and Zentner had to make a really good save there, but it's still alive with Musiala. Musiala sets the defender down, plays it across, and then I think it was Vandenberg back there who did just enough to scramble it away for Mainz, who are living really dangerously at the moment. But crucially, they're still just one goal behind Die Order as we enter the final minute of the first half. Throw-in taken by Brian Gruder. Back to Widmer. Infield now, Amiri and Kraus combined. Amiri over the halfway line. Gruder again. Looks to go infield. It deflects off Sané, but towards Burkhardt. Burkhardt goes down. No foul, says the referee. Goretzka brings the ball away from that little scuffle for Bayern Munich. Kimmich down the line. Finds Harry Kane in a deep position. Kane just back to Kimmich. Bayern slow the ball right down. They're going to get the signal from the fourth official any second now. Konrad Laimer. Joshua Kimmich on the right-hand side, just into Mainz territory. There's going to be 7 minutes added on. I expected maybe 5 or so, but 7 seems a little bit much. But that's what we've got, minimum of 7 minutes. Konrad Laimer. That would be music to Bayern's ears. They look to try and score a third and get that 2-goal cushion again going into the half. Mainz, I think, will just be desperate to try and see this out and stay in the game at the break. Leroy Sané, square, midway inside the Mainz half, linking up with Goretzka again. Back to Musiala. Musiala threads it through. Oh, and Zentner there had to be commanding. And he got down just before Leroy Sané could run onto that one. Gathered it comfortably. Just seeing a replay of that save that Zentner made. I mentioned a cross-come shot from Kimmich earlier on. But that one was certainly a cross from Kimmich, which deflected, and it was deflecting and looping right over the head of Zentner. He scrambled back just to tip it away. Good alert goalkeeping from him. He has 3 clean sheets this season in the Bundesliga. He was out during December with a broken finger, but his side now trying to find an equaliser. They played it forward to Gruder. Gruder infield in the area, takes a shot, it's only just over the bar. Mainz soaking up a lot of pressure, and when they get forward they're causing Bayern problems of their own. And Brian Gruder, so mesmerising with the ball at his feet, twisting inside and out. He cut in field from the right hand side of the area, and really he should have kept that shot down. It went just over the bar in the end from perhaps not even 10 yards out. 2.5 minutes more or less have elapsed from the 7 that were added on at the end of the first half. Harry Kane picks the ball up, turns, tries to find a man. He's gone down as he played the ball to Guerrero. Guerrero's gone down as well. The referee has awarded a free kick. I'm not sure if it was for a foul on Guerrero or Kane. It's a free kick, more or less of the same position for FC Bayern. This one in a fairly central position, midway inside the Mainz half, just to the Bayern left-hand side. Not much of an angle for Joshua Kimmich or Rafael Guerrero to work with here. Plenty of Bayern men at the far post. They swing it towards the far post. The header's won. There's Laimer in there as well, and off the line, the header there from Thomas Müller sent goalwards, and Mainz proving exactly why you should have a man on the post. I think it was De Ligt who won the header from the free kick. No intention to go for goal for him. He just heading it right back across goal towards Thomas Müller. And it was Vandenberg. Vandenberg on the line, heading it away for Mainz. Thomas Müller thought he'd grabbed his second goal in as many games in all competitions. Expert defending there from Liverpool loanee Sepp Vandenberg. Corner though for Bayern. Another one they play short to Leroy Sané. Laimer lingering on the edge of the box, but Sané doesn't use him. He tries to find Musiala, and Mainz read it well and they're able to clear. Bayern win it back though and play it to Neuer. Neuer goes long down the right hand side again. It's been headed out of play. Throw in for Bayern level with the edge of the Mainz penalty area. Kimmich goes in field and back to De Ligt. Sané to Kimmich once more. 4.5 minutes of the 7 have elapsed. Laimer in the middle of the park. To Goretzka again on the left hand side. Make that a 1-2. Laimer. Kimmich. Will he put the cross in? He thinks about it, then decides against it. Runs in field in the centre of the Mainz half. Then plays it short to his usual centre midfielder partner, Goretzka. Goretzka tries to thread one through neatly, but it's been well read by Mainz, and they are dangerous when they have the ball in space in the middle. And they've played one through, looking for the run of Burkhardt, but that's too far ahead of him. This time Gruder not showing his best side. Runs out of play. There's 2 minutes of the 7 left in the first half. In the Premier League, Crystal Palace have taken the lead against Luton Town. 2 penalties for Manchester United sealed victory by 2-0 over Everton earlier today. In the Bundesliga last night, Stuttgart grabbed a 2-0 win over Union Berlin, which means that despite the game in hand, they're just 1 point now behind Stuttgart. At least they were before kickoff today. 1 point behind FC Bayern, that is. Musiala and Zane into Müller, but it doesn't quite work out. They get crowded out at the edge of the Mainz penalty area. Manuel Neuer, though, was almost up to halfway to keep the pressure on. We're inside the last minute of the 7. Bayern desperate to open up that 2-goal gap again. They swing one into the box looking for Müller, but it's headed away once again by Vandenberg. We'll break now for Erik Dyer. Short ball to Goretzka, plays it over the top looking for Kane. Kane brings it down. Kane with the finish, and Kane does restore the 2-goal lead. Wonderful ball over the top from Leon Goretzka. Harry Kane timed his run perfectly and make that 29 goals in the Bundesliga for the England captain. On the stroke of half-time, Bayern Munich make it 3-1, and that will take the wind out of Mainz's sails going into the break. No question at all of offside. Harry Kane timing his run between Cassie and Vandenberg perfectly. The ball over the top from Goretzka was perfectly weighted. Harry Kane took it down with one touch and poked it past the onrushing Robert Zentner. And that is where the first half ends. Harry Kane grabbing the opening goal. He's grabbed the final goal of the first half. Leon Goretzka with the second for Bayern. Mainz responded with a wonderful free kick from Nadiem Amiri, but at half-time at the Allianz Arena, it's Bayern Munich 3, Mainz 1. Join me in around 10 minutes' time for the second half. Against Mainz. I'm your commentator, Anthony Thomas. It's time for the second half from the Allianz Arena. And Bayern are leading by 3-1. Harry Kane opening the scoring in the opening minutes. Leon Goretzka made it 2-0 after Harry Kane really should have buried a second following a quick free kick. It was a direct free kick, however, that Nadim Amiri belted past Manuel Neuer to make it 2-1, and with the last kick of the first half, Harry Kane restored the 2-goal advantage for the home side, and there's a smile on the face of Thomas Müller, and no wonder, as his side are about to kick off for the second half. No sign of any changes at half time. Bayern kick us off by playing the ball right back to Manuel Neuer. As I look at things on my screen, Bayern are attacking from left to right. Plenty of fans with a rather slow trudge back to their seats for this second 45 minutes. They're not missing too much action at the moment as Bayern maintain possession. They do then go long, looking for Kane down the left flank, but it's quite easily cut out by the Mainz defence. Lovely turn there by the ever impressive Brian Gruda, but in the act of twisting and turning past Bayern defenders, he did catch Rafael Guerreiro, who has stayed down, being caught on the top of the foot. There will be a free kick for Bayern, and we've had 1 minute gone in this second half. Guerreiro takes the free kick himself, having got to his feet. Played it back to Erik Dyer. Dyer across to De Ligt. Kimmich. De Ligt again. The Dutchman. 2 goals this season for him so far. All the way back to Neuer. Mainz putting Bayern under plenty of pressure. But Bayern deal with it well. They played up to Harry Kane. Kane falls on the halfway line as he plays the ball forward to Guerreiro. Guerreiro nicely forward to Musiala. Musiala turns and Musiala puts it across for Thomas Müller, who is on hand to make it 4-1 to Bayern Munich in just the second minute of the second half. Thomas Müller, having had a shot cleared off the line in the first half, does now make it 2 in 2 games after one ricocheted in off his face against Lazio in midweek. He knew a little bit more about that one, timed his run well, stayed onside. Musiala is having a lot of joy putting those balls across the 6-yard box. That's how he set up Harry Kane for the opening goal. He's done it again, this time for Thomas Müller, who scored his second goal this week and his second goal in the Bundesliga. His only other goal in this campaign was in the 8-0 thrashing of Darmstadt. There won't be a nil this time, and they're halfway to 8. Thomas Müller scores again for Bayern Munich. It's Bayern Munich 4, Mainz 1. This is not the kind of game that Mainz this season is going to rest on. They've got bigger fish to fry coming up. They're playing Bochum next up. That's a real 6-pointer, more 6-pointer for Mainz, I suppose, than for Bochum. Bochum have some breathing space. They're in 15th currently on 25 points. Then the gap down to Köln, but points this weekend for Köln, maybe a win for Mainz, and Bochum could still get dragged into the relegation picture. So games like this, a bit of a free hit for Mainz. They have impressed in patches, but just Bayern's quality showing. And as it stands, they will be 7 points behind Bayer Leverkusen with 9 to play. 10 to play, of course, for Leverkusen, who play Wolfsburg tomorrow evening, 7:30 local time kickoff. Bayern, though, looking for more goals. Chipped over the top by Joshua Kimmich, but dealt with at the back by the Mainz defence. Philippe Wene relieves a bit of pressure on himself by playing the ball cross-field in his own half. Over to his captain, Sylvain Widmer. Forward again to Gruder. He waits for the support of Edmilson Fernandez. Back out wide to Gruder again. He's cutting in field. Musiala makes absolutely no attempt to tackle him. Goretzka being a bit more industrious. Over now to Philippe Mwene. He plays it in field to Amiri. Cassie as well involved, looking for Gruder, who was 25 yards out in the central position, but he couldn't take it in his stride. Matthias de Ligt deals with it, and it's forward to Harry Kane. Kane bursts past one marker, but his ball was behind Musiala, and the attack breaks down the edge of the area. Mainz able to clear it away. Mwene forward to Burkhardt, who's got back, and Kane providing a bit of defensive cover, cuts that one out. He puts his hand up in apology to Jamal Musiala. Kane's ball towards the German international, not quite as good as the balls that Musiala has been providing in this game. 2 assists for him. Ball goes out of play again. Another throw in for Mainz, this one inside the Bayern half. Mwene to Lee Jae-sung, and then Mwene crossfield once more. Widmer again the target. Widmer with his head up, puts the ball over, but it's behind Burkhardt, and Kimmich has to try and deal with it because Mwene was trying to keep it in play, and in fact he's won the throw. Another one. Mwene 10 yards from the corner flag. Infield, Cassie, and then a good strike, a good decent strike by Nadiem Amiri. He showed from the free kick in the first half that he knows how to strike the ball from distance, but this one straight down the throat of Manuel Neuer in the end. €1 million arrival at the end of January. Nadiem Amiri, he played 9 times for Leverkusen in the Bundesliga this year, or 9 times in all competitions, I should say. Grabbed an assist against Union Berlin in August. Of course means I believe that means he should still get a Bundesliga medal should Leverkusen win the title, so it was certainly in his interest. He could win the title and get relegated all at once this season. A rare feat for Nadiem Amiri. Played 5 times for Germany. He's Afghanistan descent. 7 minutes gone in this second period. Bayern Munich leading Mainz by 4-1. Müller almost getting caught in possession in his own half, but gets away from Vandenberg in the end. Play it forward to Sane, but he runs into Philippe Mwene. One back by Mainz. Tom Kraus. Square to Widmer. He needs a bit of support, finds it. Amiri now in the centre of the park, 15 yards inside Bayern territory. Just Vandenberg. He links up on the left wing with Mwene, back in field to Amiri. Everything coming through him at the moment. Now square to Kraus. Kraus coming in to replace Leandro Barreiro, who is suspended for this game. Now Burkhardt coming deeper and switching the play out wide to Gruder. Back in field to Burkhardt. His ball back into the path of Mwene was well read by Bayern, and they got a man in front to block that Mwene, or at least deflect it safely up into the arms of Manuel Neuer, and another attack comes to its end for Mainz, who despite the scoreline are still coming forward, still believing that they can find a route back into the game. Oh, and Bayern almost playing themselves into difficulty there. Playing it out from the back to Neuer, and Neuer had to really stretch to stop it going out for a corner. As a result, his clearance wasn't the best, and Mainz have the ball swinging into the area again. And Mwene tangling with Joshua Kimmich at the back post. Mwene has won another throw. It's on again 10 yards or so from the corner flag. Mwene will leave it for Gruder to take. Gruder just waiting for other teammates to get forward. He's going to attempt a long throw here. Gruder, he's got plenty of distance on that one, and right in the centre of the area, Erik Dyer has to deal with it for Bayern. I'm not really too sure why they waited until now to use that long throw tactic, because that was a wonderful throw from Gruder, who just seems to be a real jack of all trades, but a master of plenty of them as well. He's really impressed me today. 5 shots on goal for Mainz, but Bayern have 14, and 4 of those have found their way into the back of Robin Zentner's net as we approach 10 minutes gone in the second half. But still, more possession high up the field for Mainz. Amiri forward to Kraus, another good shooting opportunity, oh, just wide. It was Gruder again who took the final effort. Lovely play through the middle by Mainz once again. Curling effort from 25 yards, and for a second there I thought that was going to nestle in the top corner. It was a whisker wide. He shapes the shot around Erik Dyer really nicely there. Brian Gruder, Manuel Neuer, I don't think would have got there had it been on target. Whisker wide again for Mainz. And still they come forward. Gruder again, trying to get the better of Leon Goretzka over on the right wing now. Guerrero trying to cover as well. And finally, the doubling up does its job for Bayern, but only briefly, because Edmilson Fernandez now picks it up. Still over on that right-hand side in the centre of the Bayern half. Fernandez again. Amiri thinks about a shot from a tight angle, decides against it. He's got players on his outside, uses one of them, Widmer. Back to Kraus. They are now being pinned back slightly, Mainz. But Edmilson Fernandez turns nicely on the ball, and they're coming forward again. And Gruder slips one through. Widmer, nice ball across, and De Ligt on the stretch there. And fortunately for him, he had a man covering to clear it away. Dyer back there. That's up to the halfway line now. But Cassie picks it up again for Mainz. Kraus turns away from Musiala, plays back to Edmilson Fernandez. He goes long. Vandenberg, Mwene underneath it. And Bayern man has gone down there under the challenge. It was a Kimmich who stayed down. Got a bit of a knock there from Mwene. Edmilson Fernandez, centre-back, making his 15th appearance in the league this season. Swiss defender. He's been out for the last few games. It's in fact his first appearance under the new manager Bo Henriksen. And looking comfortable with the ball at his feet. Former West Ham United player, of course. Played 48 times for the Hammers a few years ago now. Was on loan back in Switzerland a couple of years ago with young boys. Forward to Burkhardt now. He loses out to Goretzka, but it's picked up by Mwene, and he takes a shot. And did that deflect? Yes, it did. Another corner for Mainz. And the visitors, 17th in the Bundesliga table. Second against second bottom this game, of course. But it's the team second bottom who have been applying all the pressure in the last 10 minutes or so. That early goal at Thomas Müller at the start of the second half would have knocked the stuffing out of most teams. It looked like it was going to be a case of how many there, but much like in the first half, Mainz not dropping and keeping the pressure on. The corner was swung in. Burkhardt tried to flick it on, but it deflected. It's gone out of play for another Mainz corner. And it looks as if Mainz are going to equal their longest ever winless run in the Bundesliga. That was 17 matches set between 2017 and 18. Another corner swung in. It's evaded everybody. Edmilson Fernandez sprinting back to beat Leroy Sané to it. He does so and finds Mwene. Mwene just knocks it long again. Hassi underneath it. Burkhardt waiting in the area, but no one can find him just for now. It breaks to Amiri. Amiri skips away from Lima. Finds shot that comes in. It breaks now for Lee. Lee Jae-sung back to Edmilson Fernandez. He takes a shot on, and this one goes wide and is being deflected again. It's another corner for Mainz, who are queuing up at the moment, waiting to have strikes on Manuel Neuer's goal, and it's only deflections that are preventing Manuel Neuer from being a very busy man at the moment. Mainz know how to beat Bayern. They beat them as recently as April last season. Another corner gets swung in, and this time it will go out for a goal kick. Vandenberg on the 6-yard box, not able to make a clean contact with that one. Skims off his head and goes well wide. There's going to be a second change, I think even a third change for Thomas Müller. Preparing a couple of substitutions at the moment. Only Köln coming into this round had scored fewer goals in the Bundesliga than Mainz. 16 compared to Mainz's 19. But they've got some more defending to do now. Harry Kane swings it across perfectly. Musiala into the area. Can he make it 5? Yes, he can. Oh, it's really harsh on Mainz. They have been the better side for the vast majority of this second half, yet they've conceded twice and not managed to peg back Bayern at all. Bayern have had only 2 attacks of note, and they scored from both of them. Down the Bayern right wing they attacked. Harry Kane he was tight to the touchline. He didn't even need to get his head up. He just swung a ball over to the edge of the penalty area. Perfectly weighted ball out to Jamal Musiala. And Musiala, who has been the provider a couple of times in this game already. It's his turn to find the back of the net. What a wonderful ball that was from Harry Kane. He's not just a goal scorer, he's got quality distribution in his locker as well, and he proved it just there. Lovely sweeping pass to the edge of the area where Musiala cut in field and guided the ball into the bottom corner of Robin Zentner's net. You really have to feel for Mainz, but they haven't taken their chances. Bayern have, and it's Bayern 5, Mainz 05, 1. Bayern 5, Mainz 1. It's the end of the afternoon for both Thomas Müller and Leroy Sané. They have been replaced by Serge Gnabry and Matisse Tell. Those were those 2 changes being prepared by Thomas Müller. It's on afternoons like this where you think, what crisis for Bayern Munich. They've looked very much like their old selves, and they've had bigger wins than this season, of course. But it's those crucial games where they've come unstuck, and they're getting to the byline again and just forced into the side netting there. It did deflect. Musiala again causing some damage, causing some issues in the Mainz defence. And so far in this game, at least in the first half, when Bayern scored, they added another one pretty quickly. But, so maybe they'll try the same again, having sat back for quite a long time. Over comes the corner from Goretzka towards Matthias de Ligt, but the foul signalled by the referee somewhere in the melee. And 63.5 minutes gone in the game. It's Bayern 5, Mainz 1. You're listening live on Flashcore to our Bundesliga coverage. Please share this page. And there's going to be a hat-trick for... No, it's a good save. Like out of nothing, that Bayern were going to set up Harry Kane for his hat-trick there. But Kane, having been fed, it was Goretzka who played the ball forward. Mainz had Mainz completely wasted that free kick. It's presented the ball in their own half straight to Bayern, who couldn't capitalise on that occasion. And it remains 5-1. Kimmich now, he swings the ball over looking for Kane. Vandenberg back there to deal with the danger. He's impressed, Sepp Vandenberg, difficult to impress in a defensive line that's 5-1 down after 64 minutes. Nonetheless, he's been a rock for Mainz for much of this game. Substitutions now for Mainz. And it's going to be Ludovic Ajorque entering the field. And also Marco Richter, he's coming on. Marco Richter replacing Lee Jae-sung, who hasn't had too much of an impact on the game. Been a passenger for most of it, has to be said. And also Jonathan Burkhardt, who just hasn't had the service required for a game like this. He comes off, and he's the one replaced by Ludovic Ajorque. Matthias Tell now. Out wide to Kimmich. Kimmich again now infield. It goes long out to the left wing with Guerrero. Ball back in. Flicks towards goal. Oh, what a finish that is. Serge Gnabry. I barely remember him having a touch before that. He only came on a few minutes ago. He embraces his fellow substitute. Matthias Tell, he's made it 6-1 in the 66th minute. All smiles again for Bayern Munich. They're having one of their best attacking displays of the season. Poor old Robin Zentner. With his back to goal, with the ball in the air on the volley and through the legs of Zentner. You do not see a goal like that every day. What a wonderful finish. Check out some highlights of that one if you get the chance. That was a lovely, lovely finish by Serge Gnabry. And that's in fact his first Bundesliga goal of the season. He's had so many injury problems. He played just 1 minute against Lazio in midweek on his return, having been out since December with a muscle problem. And what a return to the side. No wonder the Bayern players were quick to congratulate him and celebrate that goal. What a way to mark your Bundesliga return. We've still got a quarter of the match to go. It's Bayern Munich 6, Mainz 1. Through the middle now to Musiala. They just want more and more, Bayern. They want a hat-trick for Kane as well. Musiala into Kane at the edge of the area. Can't get the shot away. Deflects into the path of Tell. Tell forced back. Has support in the form of Kimmich. Doesn't use him. Just goes back to Dyer. And they'll build again. Still inside the Mainz half. Square 2 to Ligt. Now Goretzka, who had played that wonderful ball over. But Gnabry still had plenty to do. Square to Lima now. Lima tries a 31 through, but well picked off this time by Amiri. Now first touch for Marco Richter, but he can't pick out a teammate. It's going to run on through. Matthijs de Ligt picks that one up for Bayern. Goretzka now. Lima on the halfway line. Ludovic Ajorque trying to outmuscle him, but Lima does just enough. Still on a booking, Konrad Lima, of course, and that's still the only caution of the game we've seen. Dyer wide to the right-hand side. Kimmich feeds Harry Kane. Oh, and Gnabry that time was selfless, tried to play it back to Kane where he could have taken the ball on himself. Now Matthias Tell. Tell, he tries to find the shot and it deflects. It's going to go out for another corner over on the far side for Bayern. Matthias Tell did so well to even find the shooting angle there on the edge of the area on the right-hand side. Plenty of bodies around him. And he deflected off one of them. And Guerrero is going to take another corner here. 21 minutes of the 90 still to go. And it's damage limitation now for Mainz. Goal difference could play a part yet in their season. Guerrero swings it over and climbing there and nodding it home is Harry Kane. It's another one for Bayern. It's a hat-trick for Harry Kane, or is it? The referee's hand is up. What's the signal? I think we're just going to have a check on this one. For now, the scoreboard does say 7. It was Erik Dyer who won the initial header. It was a great save by Zentner, but he just palmed the ball up into the air. And first to react to it, of course, was Harry Kane, who nodded it in from a yard out. The two former Tottenham teammates combining for that one, but is it going to count? Perhaps questions of offside, perhaps questions of a foul by Erik Dyer on his marker. Oh, I think it's so tight for the offside. I think Ayorke may just be playing Kane on. And as I said, the man marking Dyer went down fairly softly. And I'm not sure this is going to be ruled out. The referee's got the whistle to it. Oh, is it going to be ruled out? No, it's not. The goal has been awarded. The referee points to the centre circle, and Harry Kane has yet another hat-trick. It's his 4th hat-trick of the season. I said before the game that he might be looking for his 28th, 29th, perhaps even 30th Bundesliga goals of the season. Well, he's hit the 30-goal mark. 30 Bundesliga goals for Harry Kane in 25 matches. It's his 9th goal in the league of 2024. He scored only 6 goals in 9 league games so far this year. He's up to 9 in 10 now. He was just onside. Erik Dyer adjudged not to have fouled his man. It's Bayern Munich 7, Mainz 1. And it's 7-1 in terms of minutes gone. 71 minutes. Still plenty of time in this game for Bayern to score even more. They scored 8 against Darmstadt. One more to equal that, of course. Thomas Müller scored his only previous league goal in the 8-0 win over Darmstadt. Well, could be lightning striking twice. And it's the man with number 8 on his back, Leon Goretzka now, who finds Guerrero on his outside. Chips the ball back to him. Guerrero continued this run. Did he keep the ball in play there? I think he did, just about. It's turned away by Edmilson Fernandez nonetheless. Throw in for Bayern. Goretzka. Short pass into Musiala. I don't know who you could give the man of the match to. Have a look at our Flash Score match reports after this game to see who our reporter gives it to. I'm glad I don't have to make that choice today. I think at this stage I might just give it to Musiala, but then how can you not give it to Harry Kane on days grabbed another hat-trick? There's been so many Mainz players who have impressed. I'm laughing, but not to take the mickey in any way. There really have been some impressive performances by Mainz, likes of Amiri and Gruder in particular. Oh, they're clearing up again, and Harry Kane, oh, he shoots it wide, would you believe it? But you think he's offside anyway, his blush is spared. They even managed to catch me out here, Bayern. They're just playing it around in the middle of the park, and then with one pass, Goretzka plays it through, and Harry Kane just chips it wide, inches wide, and that was perhaps his easiest chance of the game. Actually, no, I'll take that back. He's had 3 very simple finishes today, but he really should have hit the target there, but wouldn't have mattered. Wouldn't have counted for the offside. Feel a little bit sorry for Erik Dyer there. He was inches away from his first ever Bundesliga goal. We're just seeing a replay of that 7th goal, and we've got the lines drawn this time, and you can see that Harry Kane certainly was onside. Ludovic Ayorke, one of the substitutes, playing him on. We've got a stoppage here because we've got a man down for Mainz. And there's going to be 2 more changes at this stage, and Erik will have to wait for his first Bundesliga goal because he is coming off, and he is going to be replaced by the man whose place in the starting lineup he took, the Korean international Kim Min-jae. And it looks like it's going to be the end of the match for Jamal Musiala. He is going off, and he's going to be replaced by the number 17, one of the winter signings. It's Brian Zaragoza, on for just his second appearance in a Bayern shirt. 13 million euro arrival from Granada. In fact, he is still on loan, but the 13 million euro deal in the summer has been agreed. And Mainz are also taking this opportunity to make a couple of changes of their own. Off comes one of the most impressive players for either side on the pitch today. Brian Gruder is coming off. Ryan Gruder is going to be replaced by number 25, Hancho Olsen. And Tom Kraus is making his way off as well. It's Danny Da Costa. Danny Da Costa, who's coming on for the last 14 minutes or so. So plenty of fresh faces. Andreas Hancho Olsen, the latest addition to the Mainz lineup. One of their substitutes, Marco Richter, trying to take on Joshua Kimmich, and wins a corner for Mainz. Can they grab themselves a consolation? I think it's fair to say they deserve it. Ludovic Ayorke up in the face of Manuel Neuer inside the 6-yard box. Corner taken short though to Richter. In comes his cross, but it's a fairly poor one. Cleared away fairly comfortably. Gnabry brings it down, but gives it away to Richter again. He throws it through the legs of Goretzka. Back to him again, but plenty of bodies back in the end. De Ligt turns it away. Bo Henriksen feeling a little bit aggrieved, I think, and now Serge Gnabry bringing the ball away for Bayern, who have got men forward into Kane. Kane with a tight angle, he takes the shot. It's an easy one in the end to be blocked by Zentner. The angle wasn't really there for Harry Kane, and he's looking for his first ever 4-goal haul in a Bayern shirt. And of course, he's up to 30 in the league and 36 in all competitions. 36 in 34 games. Danny Da Costa at the other end for Mainz, swings in the cross, but that's not going to cause any problems into the side netting at the near post. 12 minutes to go. It's Bayern Munich 7, Mainz 1. Bayern with Kim take the goal kick short to Lima. Now back to Neuer. They're going to play their way out from the back here. Chance maybe for Bayern just to test out a few things they're working on. A few things off the training ground maybe, but that certainly wasn't the intended plan. The ball is back to Neuer, and then as he looks for Guerrero, the ball bounces once and goes off the field. Long ball forward to Ayorke. Into Richter, who found a little bit of space inside the area and turned it away. Another corner then for Mainz. Amiri over to take this one. Over it comes into a dangerous area and then headed over the top. It was Sepp Vandenberg who made contact again with that one. Has scored twice this season against Dortmund in December, then grabbed the winner against Augsburg in Bo Henriksen's first match in charge. Henriksen spent much of his career in Denmark. He went to FC Zurich before replacing Jan Sievert, former Huddersfield Town manager. Most recently in Denmark in charge of FC Midtjylland. So he really made his name on the European stage. He played in Denmark, in Iceland, and also in England. He played for Kidderminster Harriers for 3 years, then had a very short spell with Bristol Rovers, 2004. 49 years of age now. Bayern just clear the ball away, and it's found its way to the feet of Zentner. Out wide he goes to Danny Da Costa. Just lumped long by Mainz. It's going to go all the way through to Neuer. And finally, some of the sting is kind of taken out of the game. It's the temperature has simmered somewhat. We are basically at walking pace, and I think Bayern seem content with 7 goals. They're just playing it around inside their own half, but don't go away. Might still be more goals in this one yet. De Ligt away to Kimmich. He trots in field and allows Leimer to take over. Square to Goretzka. Gets his head up and plays it to Guerrero on the wing. Guerrero, no intention of taking on Da Costa, just plays it back to the midfielder Goretzka, who will try his luck down the right-hand side, but it's a poor pass this time. Easily cut out by Mwene in field. They go and up to Yorke. He's got the man out wide. He's found him in Richter. Richter gets to the edge of the penalty area, tries to take on both Gnabry and De Ligt, but loses out. Cleared away by Bayern and then off the number 19, Anthony Cassie. Bayern have the throw inside their own half. They work the ball back to Manuel Neuer, and they'll try to work an attack down the right-hand side. Then via a deflection, it finds its way in the middle to Konrad Leimer, up to Matthias Tell on the halfway line. He is looking for some support. Finds it through Gnabry on the right wing. Runners ahead of him. Doesn't use any of them. Oh, and then he plays a poor pass in field. It's ahead of Leimer, and it's broken to Ludovic Yorke. It goes through the middle, and then he can't link up with Nadia Amiri. And rather than just take the throw, Gnabry keeps it in play. And Bayern come forward again. There's 7.5 minutes of the 90 still to be played. There should be a fair bit of added time added on to this game. There were 7 minutes at the end of the first half, but perhaps the referee will allow, or maybe perhaps he'll throw the towel in on Mainz's behalf and not add too many more minutes on. So we've got at least 7, maybe only a few more after that. Kimmich forward to Gnabry, breaks now to Harry Kane. Bayern have a man down, but they continue. Kimmich right across the face of the goal, but Matthias Tell couldn't quite reach that one. And it's gone out of play for a goal kick for Mainz. They get away with one there. Those are the kind of chances that Bayern have been gobbling up in this game. Referee just having words with Widmer now. I think he caught Brian Zaragoza there, and in fact the referee went back and booked the captain of Mainz. Sylvain Widmer becomes the first of the visiting side to have his name taken. And now it's Mainz's turn to play the ball out from the back. Lovely touch there from Nadia Amiri on the edge of his own area. Back to Vandenberg. Widmer again, now in field to Amiri. Comes over the halfway line, bursting forward. But gets crowded out in the end. Good work by Konrad Laimer. And suddenly, Bayern are the ones bursting forward over the halfway line. Zaragoza gets held up, uses Konrad Laimer. They slow the pace right down. Goretzka in possession. In the middle of the park, a few yards inside the Mainz half. Now Laimer out wide. Kimmich getting forward again. Kimmich for the 5th game in a row, having to fill in at right back. Scored 1 goal this season, a couple of assists as well to his name. He should have added 1 earlier in the game, but his quickly taken free kick was headed against the post by Harry Kane, and Goretzka gobbled up the rebound. That was to make it 2-0. Kim Min-jae. Guerrero just chips it forward. Now finds Matthias Tell. Tell skips away from the challenge of Hanche Olsen. And Hanche Olsen does well. Makes the tackle. Hurts himself in the process. It's going to be a Bayern throw. Referee just forcing Bayern to wait until he gets to his feet. What's happening around the grounds as we enter the final few minutes here. Sheffield United are 1-0 up against Bournemouth, still 1-0 to Palace over Luton, and Wolves have taken a 1-0 lead against Fulham. Ball goes out of play, another throw in for Bayern, which they take back to the halfway line. 3-3 in the derby between Borussia Mönchengladbach and FC Köln. That's bad news for Mainz. They will be hoping for a late winner for Gladbach there. And Augsburg are winning 1-0 against Heidenheim. But the better news for Mainz is that Leipzig are 2-0 up against Darmstadt. Of course, the big game in terms of the title race will be tomorrow evening when Leverkusen welcome Wolfsburg. 7:30 local time, 6:30 UK time. Zentner clears the ball away long. Kim Min-jae underneath it, but can't find a teammate. It's wide to Danny da Costa. To Amiri. Out wide now to Philippe Mwene. Richter involved as well. Anthony Cassie trying to get forward, but then Sepp van der Berg has to turn back to his goalkeeper. Possession being retained by Mainz, but not really coming forward with it. And a header by Goretzka finds Kim Min-jae, and possession is Bayern Munich's again. Goes out of play. Really, the last few minutes have seen the temperature drop. Very little in terms of attack in the final few minutes. Bayern certainly have done the job. Easing to 3 more points. They're going to move on to 57 from their 25 matches. Having been stuttering in the league as of late. Draw against Freiburg last time. And after losing to Leverkusen, they then went and lost to lowly Bochum as well. Perhaps they can add another goal. They swing it out wide to Kimmich, but he stumbles as he tries to bring the ball under control. The one back in the middle of the Mainz half by Laimer. Wide he goes, plays the ball in. Kane, can he turn? He does turn, he shoots, but it's over the bar from Harry Kane. He'll be trying to put himself about for the final few minutes of this one, as he looks for his 4th goal of the afternoon. Couldn't quite keep this one down. should be delighted with his hat-trick, but goal scorer like Harry Kane will be thinking about the chances he missed. He could have had 2 hat-tricks in this one, really. We're inside the final minute of the 90. Mainz coming forward, trying to just add the slightest pinch of respectability to the scoreline. Over the top from Richter, looking for Ayoke in the middle. Good defending, though, by Kim. Lima, his clearance is fairly poor, one back by Mainz, and then the shot comes in and it's wide over the top by Widmer. Bayern supporters have certainly enjoyed their afternoon, even if they're not having the season that they wanted. They've moved on to 72 goals scored this season, by far the best attack in the league, and as I suspected, the referee being just giving 3 minutes added on, but it might not be enough to prevent a 4th goal. In comes Zaragoza, but it's deflected out. Back there was Danny Da Costa to make the block and prevent Brian Zaragoza from scoring his first goal in Bayern Munich colours. Just 3 minutes signalled by the referee at the end of this one. Zaragoza, I think, didn't really make the best contact with his shot there, having been played in by Gnabry, who had the freedom at the right-hand side of the area. But another corner for Bayern. Still they bring bodies forward. They play it short to Zaragoza. Space now for Gnabry to shoot, and it's over the top from him. Afforded a lot of space by the tired Mainz defence. It may well just stay at 7 for Bayern. Goal kick taken by Mainz. Now short back to Zentner. This time he does go long looking for Ayorke, but again easily defended by Kim. Into the middle for Matthias de Ligt, who has no one around him at all. Easily picks out Lima. Now Goretzka. Can they add a final flourish to proceedings? Switches it out to the right hand side. To the feet of Kimmich. Back to Lima. Square again. Goretzka. Seems to have really enjoyed his afternoon. Now Zaragoza getting closed down. Advantage being played. Matthias de Ligt now wide. Kimmich, he puts the cross in. Is this going to be number 8? Yes, it is. Number 8 has been added, and it's Leon Goretzka. He seemed to be enjoying his football this afternoon. He was the man encouraging his teammates forward. He wanted another goal. They have scored another goal, and with 1 minute to go, Leon Goretzka adds his second, and Bayern Munich's 8. 8-1 to Bayern. It's a 4th goal of the season for Leon Goretzka. He's doubled his tally for the season, and 3 of his goals have come against poor old Mainz, who will be sick of the sight of him. His other goal coming against Leverkusen in the draw in September, but a 3rd goal for the German defensive midfielder. Robin Zentner absolutely furious with the defence in front of him as he has to pick the ball out of the back of the net for the 8th time this afternoon. And over to you, Bayer Leverkusen. What can you do tomorrow against a Wolfsburg side who can certainly be dangerous on their day? We're well inside the final minute of the 3 that the referee added on. Danny Da Costa is bringing the ball forward for the visitors. The attack breaks down, and that is where the game ends. A comprehensive victory for Bayern Munich, who have beaten relegation-threatened Mainz by 8-1. It is the 2nd time this season that Bayern have scored 8 goals in one Bundesliga game. In the 13th minute, Harry Kane gave them the lead. Goretzka made it 2-0 in the 20th minute. A reply from Nadim Amiri just after half an hour made it 2-1. Harry Kane added his second on the stroke of half time. Müller made it 4-1. Musiala 5-1. Serge Gnabry 6-1. Harry Kane completed his hat-trick with 20 minutes to go to make it 7-1. And then in injury time, Leon Goretzka scored his second to make the final score at the Allianz Arena. Bayern Munich 8, Mainz 1. I've been Anthony Thomas for Flash Score. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your